Hello, welcome back to Aether. This is Satomi from sakaso.ca. Today I'm doing solo again and no Paul. And today I'm outside. It's a beautiful day. It's actually pretty hot. Supposed to be cool in a shady area, but it's actually not cool. Cool. It's pretty hot in a shady area too. But anyway, it's beautiful. So I just want to share piece of nature with you while you're watching Ether today. So yeah, thank you for coming. And yeah, always comments and questions are welcome. And I'll try to check comments. I don't know how well I can read comments here in the small screen, but I'll do my best. And so, yeah, just leave comments and say hi. And if you have questions, questions more than welcome. Today's topic, going with the flow. So I'm totally going with the flow as just following that topic and demonstrating going with the flow. No big agenda today. No prep today. It's it's pretty much me. I want to just go with the flow. That's my nature. But sometimes I do prep. I do plan, of course. Right? I'm not saying go with the flow all the time, 100%. No, it's always about the balance, right? Don't just stick with plans all the time, 100%, right? Sometimes go with the flow. Don't just always go with the flow and no plans and no prep and nothing. No, that's you become out of balance. So always a balance is important, and going with the flow is really, really important in healings too. Healing your physical health, healing your spiritual healing, yeah, spiritual healing, and any other like emotional, mental health, and the business success, all in all those areas, going with the flow is really important key. So that's why I want to focus it on today. And yeah, if you guys have really comments about going with the flow, if it's easy or if it's hard for you, just let me know. And because I want to go with the flow and I want to invite some comments, and going with the flow, and then we can create this ether together by going with the flow. So, so let's see, going with the flow. We hear this lots of times, and for some people, yeah, let's go with the flow, and some people stay away from going with the flow. So, what is it? What why it's so what it why it's so important, and what going with the flow does for us, why it's helpful, why it's essential in healing. That why I'm saying that is maybe start with opposite of going with the flow is going against the flow, right? So maybe we can think of the river, a current. So going with the flow is just letting yourself float away, going downstream. And going against the flow is swimming or kayaking or whatever against the flow upstream, like salmon does. Right? So when you think of that, when you go against the flow, it's hard work. It is a hard work. I'm not saying it's exactly what's happening in our daily life and everything, like relationship and business and your health. It's exactly equal to going swimming upstream. I'm not saying that, but of course it's a metaphor. But going upstream, there's no moment that you can relax. If your goal is going against the stream, going upstream, there's no moment that you can relax. As soon as you relax, you're gonna go with the flow, and you're gonna float yourself away. Hi. Dee. Hi, Dee. Having a reading with me Saturday. So excited. I'm so excited too. Thank you for joining. And so next Saturday, I guess, because we just passed this Saturday. I definitely need to learn to relax and go with the flow. Okay, that's good. So somehow we are aligned with this topic, and I'm having your reading coming up. So it's meant to be this way, and I'm going with the flow. Me just, hey, I want to go with the flow. And then following the intuition is leading you to learn how to relax and go with the flow. So it's all coming together. That's how I feel. But yeah, thank you for your comments. I'm looking forward to see you, and leave comments. Keep leaving comments and questions anytime. Leave questions. I'll check. So now I know I can read. Sometimes I have to go this way. But anyway, so where were we? So going upstream. Upstream, it's like as soon as you relax, you are going away from your goal. So you are just fighting. Every single moment you are fighting, you're using your muscle. All your focus is going upstream. That's what's actually happening in the daily life when you are not going with the flow. Balanced way. So you have plan, you have a plan. Okay, this is how I'm gonna do this, right? And then you prep to make sure the plan works. So let's say you have a presentation or something, right? And goal is to have a successful presentation. And then yes, when I have presentation, I'm gonna prep. Not YouTube either. Not sometimes. Sometimes I prep when Paul asks me to prep. Most of the time I don't. But like a presentation, if somebody asks me, can you do a presentation about this topic? Yes, I'm gonna prep. Yeah, sometimes I make slides and those kind of things, right? So I'm not saying prep is bad. Prep is great. Planning is great. But like I said, it's a balance. If you are attached to the plan that you made, attached to the preparations, the materials you made, I have to use these, all of them, to be successful and to have a successful presentation and to impress everybody who's watching my my presentation, right? In order to do that, I have to follow my plan and I have to use all the materials. If you are having attachment to your plans and to your preparation, and you have attachment to make it perfect, then you are going against the flow 100%, and then you are not allowing yourself to relax, to go with the flow. Then you are exhausting yourself, exhausting your energy, and you using all your muscle, all your focus, and then you're going to be a narrow vision because you just go swimming, because you cannot relax, right? You have no time to relax if you are not letting yourself go with the flow, right? And then you're going to be exhausted. And what happens is that the narrow vision is it's limiting yourself. Really, it limits you and limits you from having opportunity to come in. There's opportunities everywhere. Like I had this opportunity connecting with the D, right? Just I'm gonna go with the flow, and then she just jumped in, and yeah, that's a great topic. If I had planned and I'm not going with the flow, I might have missed the chance to connect to you today, right? Connecting to what you want to learn. So the opportunity, you are closing the doors to the unexpected opportunities, right? You are chasing that one opportunity is one goal to be successful for the presentation. And there are so many, whole bunch of, excuse me, opportunities that you don't even know that exist. And it's always there, opportunities everywhere. But if you have plans, if you have prep, when you plan to go this way, you are closing the door to go this way or that way, right? You're closing the door to those opportunities, and you have materials like preparation. You're closing more opportunities to go this way or that way or that way. So you are missing opportunities, that unexpected opportunities. You might get to that goal, but maybe that's just the illusion that you have to be there. Who knows? That might be the best path, this one that you closed, the one you just closed. You don't know because you didn't go there. You didn't even see the opportunity. So that's what happens when you go against the flow. Going with the flow is because you are relaxed. You're not fighting, right? When you're going downstream, you can relax. And yeah, sometimes the current is fast. You get tensed up a little bit and you want to control to stay away from the big rock. Yes, you want to do that, but you can relax time to time. It's not like a going upstream. One split moment you relax and your plans thrown away. It's not that, right? You can relax, your body can relax, and your mind can relax. And then you are open to so many different opportunities. I have different comment here. Do you have any tips for learning to let go and go with the flow? Yeah, I'll try to go in there how to do it. I don't have plans. I don't have plans, so I'm gonna just let spirit guides me, and then show everybody the tips and exercise to learn how to go with the flow. That's gonna I'm gonna share that in a bit. I know I do it, so I have it in me. So yeah, I'll share with you in a bit. But so going with the flow is your body is relaxed. It's really, really important key to be successful. That's one of the number one most important things is you being calm and relaxed. And you cannot get that one. Just visualize that you're going upstream. You cannot relax going upstream. No way, right? So that's out of the window if you're going against the flow. But creating a moment or time, allowing yourself to go with the flow, then you are letting yourself relax. So if you are relaxed, your tunnel vision opens up and your vision widens, and then your mind becomes wider. Is that something that you say? You're going to be aware, more aware, instead of like a tunnel vision. You are losing awareness, right? So you become more aware, more relaxed. Hi Scott, does focusing have any bearing on this? Focusing depends on what do you mean by focusing. Focusing, it's not bad, right? Tunnel vision and attachment, right? Attachment and focusing on just one thing. I'm gonna do this, and I'm not gonna let anybody come in to take my time away from this, because I need to do this, right? I need to get to this goal, right? So if you are having a tunnel vision, and that kind of focus is not helping you. Focusing time to time, yeah, we need to focus. I'm focusing on doing YouTube here, Ether here. I'm not gonna walk away during the YouTube, right? I can let scroll lose my focus. Sometimes that happens, right? But just focusing is again, it's a balance, right? If you have an attachment to something and then you're focusing because you don't want to lose the attachment, and then the focus is not healthy. There's a healthy focus and unhealthy focus, and and there's a healthy degree of going with the flow and going against the flow. I'm not saying going against the flow is bad. No, it's okay. Sometimes you need to do that if you see the waterfalls ahead of you. You don't want to go with the flow. You want to swim across the river and get to the bank, going against the flow. That's needed to save yourself, right? So it's not that this is bad, this is good. There's no bad or good. It's everything is the neutral, right? So having both in a balanced way, that is the key. So going with the flow, let's go back to that. Like you can relax, your body is relaxed, body is not fighting, body is not tensed up, right? And going against the flow, you're using all the muscle, your body is tensed up, your muscle is 200% at work, right? And it's all tensed, and then your body is fighting in a fight. So fight or flight mode. That's what happens if you are 100% going against the flow all the time. Your body is in fight or flight mode instead of healing, safe, relaxed, healing mode. So you don't want to be stuck in fight or flight protection mode. That's not going to help. That's going to create lots of issues that we talked about this many times. So that's why going with the flow is really important. Being perfect, that is going against the flow all the time. And Paul had this. I know Paul mentioned this many times himself, like he used to be a perfectionist, and that was the only thing that he knew how to be, is being perfect. That was his protection mechanism, right? So he's not going to get criticized. He's not going to get judged. So as long as he's perfect, he's protecting himself from other people's judgment, right? So he learned to be perfect, and perfect is going against the flow. You planned and you have preparation. After preparation, being perfectionist, there's no end. There's literally no end. You prep this much, and I can do a little more preparation, right? It's almost perfect, but not quite. I can do more. Okay, it's closer to perfect, but I can do more. Like, you always find some more to do, always, and you never go to perfect 100%, because there's always something comes up. So you are pushing against the floor. You are putting yourself in fight or flight mode all the time. That's what happened. We have lots of comments today. That's great. Thank you very much for leaving comments. I relate so much, because I'm definitely a serious perfectionist. Yeah. So making things perfect it's great. It's great, but it's really painful. It is really painful. You want to learn to find a good enough point. Okay, this is good enough. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Then you have a breathing space. Then that good enough, right? You stop. Oh, okay, this is good enough. Then you're letting yourself float, giving yourself a moment to relax, instead of swim all upstream, and never have chance to relax. That's perfectionist doing. It's just always, because always there's more and more and more, and then there's no way that you can rest, you can relax. Maybe you are physically sitting down and relaxing, but your mind probably going, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this way to make it better, or I haven't done this part yet, I gotta do this part. Your mind is going all the time, even you are sitting in a chair and having a coffee and then having a break. Your mind's not having a break, then your body is still in fight or flight mode. You're not completely in rest state. So your body keeps fighting, right? That's why you can get exhausted, you can get really sick, because your body is, when your body is fight or flight mode, the focus is to fight, not to digest, not to breathe slowly, not to send nutrition to all over your body. It's the body's focus is to fight, fight, fight. So you're not going to get the nutrition all over the body. Um, your blood circulation is going to be poor because it goes to some certain spot to maybe go to the head, right? Oxygen, and you need some more blood into the head, so head thinking is can speed up, right? So the rest of the body is not getting enough oxygen or enough nutrition, and then your body is tight all the time, and then you're exhausting all your muscle. That can happen when you are in fight or flight mode, which is one example is being a perfectionist is one example. And I have another comment from Scott. I have to deal with the same thing Paul deals with. Yeah, you mentioned that a lot. I'm trying to let go and go with the flow, but it's hard for me. Yes, I know it's hard for Paul. And it's funny because, like I mentioned at the beginning, going with the flow is kind of my nature, and I like it. And I, I, you can say I have, um, I have, I shouldn't say resistance. I don't like being perfect. It might sound funny. It might sound funny, and it sounds funny saying it, but it's just I have a thing since, like, for a long time. I realized at some point, very young, like, I don't want to be perfect. Like it's I avoid being perfect. For example, long time ago, I was making wood craft. I was making boxes, like a jewelry boxes out of wood, and then so what I did is I intentionally made curvy boxes, not like a square, cube, straight line. I never made straight lines. That was my thing. Maybe at the bottom, like so it stands, right? So bottom was straight, but the rest is all just weird shape, all curvy. Why? Because if it's straight, they can tell if it's just a little bit off. Oh, this is off. Everybody can tell if it's straight or not straight. And I don't want to bother people saying that this is not straight, or this is a little bit off, right? I didn't want any of those things, so I made it all curvy. Nobody can say anything. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, it's so round and so. Right? There's no wrong answer when you. As soon as you stay away from straight line, there's no wrong answer. Everything is right. Everything is perfect. Being imperfect intentionally, like being imperfect and imperfect straight line, as soon as you step away from that perfect straight line, everything is perfect. It's a magic. Everything is perfect. And nobody say, oh, this is, you made it wrong. You made a mistake. This is curvy this way. Nobody knows what my goal was, right? To make this shape or that shape. Sometimes I have a vision to make this shape and it went this way, but I don't tell anybody I wanted to go this way, but it went that way. Sometimes wood grain could take the soul into this way instead of that way, kind of thing, right? But if I don't tell them, they don't know that they think it's supposed to be this way, and it's perfect, right? So, so that's what I was doing when I was making woodcraft, and and then so that's from the day one I was making that. I never made straight line. It's all curvy, right? And why I had that is probably when I was a kid, grade grade 5 and grade 7, something like that. I had a couple events that I learned. Okay, this is something not I was expecting, right? It was big, and I'm just gonna share this quickly, and I'm gonna go through the comments before I go share those stories. Uh, so while I'm talking, you guys having conversation here. I've been in fight or flight mode for so long. Yes. You're having seizures. That's not no, that's not good. Sorry to hear that, Scott. Uh, we should have a reading with Satomi. Yes, you're planning on it. That's great. Trying to get influence. Yeah. So let's go through. Um, Satomi is one of the very few I trust to do a reading. Oh, thank you so much. Um, yeah. Set the intention to manifest how much you need for the reading. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's really good. Anyway, so where were we? Oh, sorry. That's those events taught me not to be perfect. At least taught me that. Event number one, I think it was like grade 5, grade 6. I was working on a art, clay art in class, art class, and it was we were supposed to make working person, any person who's working, doesn't matter what. And so I picked a person who is carrying a box, big box, right? So I made a person body and then made a box, and then he was carrying. And I made the box a little bit too heavy. So person just went down. I was trying to make a person walking, but instead of it went down, oh no, 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 falling down, he's falling down, right? So it's the box is on the floor, and then so he's not carrying anymore, he's trying to lift, right? But I was trying to make him stand up and trying to fix it and trying to make it stand up, but it didn't work. And the deadline to finish that art was getting too close, and I ran out of time. So I had to switch the strategy. Okay, I have to make this person is trying to lift the box instead of carrying a box. It's not perfect. That's not what I wanted to make, but I don't have choice anymore. I don't have time to fix it, so I gotta go with the flow. I'm just gonna make it this way. So I did that, and I wasn't really happy because I had a perfect vision to to make that person carrying, right? So it's just the last minute changing and then just bending this way and that way, and then made it okay done. Okay, at least I'm done, right? I have this artwork. So I submitted, and then they had the and next week or so they had big exhibition, whole class exhibition, and parents can come and look at the kids' artwork, right? The whole school. And then we were going around the exhibition, just the school gym. Everybody's artwork was there, the whole grades. And so we were going through and we watching, looking at everybody's artwork, and we walked past by our class, right? And I was looking for my artwork, and it's not there. Like, hey, my artwork is missing. What's going on? And then I asked my teacher, I can't find mine. Where is it? It's missing. And then teacher told me, as I was in shock. She told me that, oh, actually, principal liked your work, so he took it to his office, principal office, and put it in a what's it called, display cabinet, right? Really, that artwork, I I was calling it I failed. I thought I didn't make it uh, the way I want, and I didn't like it because to me it was a failure because it didn't work. But principal loved it, and he even kept it and put it in a display case. Oh my God! Okay, so I thought it was a failure, but to him it was a beautiful piece. Okay, that's different, right? So that's something I learned when I was grade 5. And okay, somebody's failure could be somebody's success, right? Somebody's not good job could be somebody's beautiful art. So okay, it's something that's good. That I guess I'm getting a good mark for that one. Right? So that was grade 5, and then grade 7 or something, same art class, and this was a painting day. All day we go out to a park and we paint all day and finish the paint on that day and submit. So we had that once a year, every year. So it was a second year or something, my junior high, and we went out there, and then it was a river. We had a river, and we are painting in front of the river. Everybody started to paint, and I was looking at the river, and I got, the water doesn't have color. Water is clear. How can I paint this clear water with those colored paint? How can I do this? And I was like, I couldn't figure out how can I. So I didn't really learn how to paint water. That's one reason. But I was like, I don't know how to. Look, there's no color in the water, and then it's not white, and it's not blue, it's not red, it's not brown. What color should I use? And I was so confused, and I was just sitting there looking at the water and couldn't figure out how to paint. And I'm gonna check what other people's doing, my friends doing, and guess what? They were painting blue, river blue. But it's not blue. It's not blue. Why you can paint that blue? It's different. So I was more confused. The friends weren't helping, and then but I had like a whole morning was gone, just me looking at the river, and then and in the afternoon I have a few hours left or something, and everybody was done painting the river blue and the sky blue and then a little bit rocks and whatever, and they were done already and they were playing, right? Because once you're done, you can play. And I was still fighting with this canvas and trying to paint. It's like, I still don't know how to paint, and I was so slow. And I start to paint like grasses and rocks, not avoiding the water because I didn't know how. So I still didn't know how to paint the water. So I was just doing the edges and stuff. And of course, I didn't finish the painting, and I had to submit at the end of the day. And the painting got 2 out of 10. And other people, other friends, paint the water blue, which is not true, and they get 7 and 8. And this is not fair. Why this is 7 and this? Yeah, I didn't finish it, but like I was trying to figure out how to paint, and I get 2, right? And then they get to play at the end of the day. I wasn't. I was stuck with the painting, and so it's like, oh my god! And I get the lowest mark, and I was actually good in art, so I was like I always get A for the art class, and 2 was it was really disappointing for me. So I learned something. Okay, so if I fill this canvas, doesn't matter what color, I'm gonna get more points, better marks for some reason. And so next year, same day, like going out and painting day, my goal was I'm just gonna fill this canvas with some paint, and then my goal is finish it quick and play. That was my goal, right? Not make it perfect. So, and it was kind of uh, it's like this kind of place that we went. So lots of trees, there's flowers. So I picked a spot that trees, just exactly like this, and I start painting. Right, no draft or anything. I just pick the paint, green, and start putting paints on the paper, just randomly everywhere, and then add a little bit darker green and dab, 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 and change it, add a little yellow, dab, 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 right? That's just as quick as possible. Just paint, 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 and then draw little branches, right? And and then of course sky, blue sky, right? And it's just random paint, just free and just be free and just do whatever kind of thing. And I finished it. I didn't care it looks fine or great or anything. My goal was to finish it, to fill the paper with some paint. I finished it, done. Okay, so I'm done. So I'm gonna get at least 6 because it's filled, right? I painted. So, and then again, exhibition day, all the artwork from the day, everybody's artwork were posted on that in the school gym, big school gym. We were going through, right, looking at everybody's artwork, and guess where I found my paint, my painting that I just throw paint on the paper randomly. I got silver prize out of all school, which is how many students? Like hundreds of students. And I was like, what? That just random painting that I didn't even try. All thing I tried is try to finish. Right? I didn't even spend time to look close and right, no details, and I just throw paints on the paper, and I got silver. It's second best one of the whole school. Okay, so when I try and trying to make it perfect, yeah, I get some recognition, I get some good marks, but as soon as I just, okay, I'm not gonna make it perfect, I'm not gonna try too hard, and then I get better marks, I get better recognition. Okay, so this is something that I can learn. Once I let go, something I'm releasing and something is coming out. I don't know what, right? I was young, so like a grade 5, grade 7, I was young, but I sensed that there's something when I let go of being perfect and trying hard. There must be something coming out of me and makes it perfectly imperfect, and they like it. So, okay, then I'm not gonna try to be perfect anymore because it's not easy to be perfect, and also they don't recognize my work as much as when I'm not trying to be perfect. When I'm not trying to be perfect, they like it better. They like it more. So, okay, then I'm not gonna try to be perfect. That's what I learned twice in a big time. And so I learned that really, really early, and so I I didn't know what it was, but I learned something from the experience, right? Let's see. More comments. I paint military figures. I look at people faces to get the skin tones, and okay, cool, cool. Sometimes our conception of perfection isn't based on reality. Yeah, so there's something when you're trying to be perfect, you are attached to something, and actually, you can say you are carrying fear, some fear. You are trying to be perfect, like I was talking about Paul. He was trying to be perfect because he was afraid other people's going to judge him, criticize him. So it was fear-based. Being perfect is fear. You don't want to fail. That's why you want to be perfect, right? So it's a fear-based action trying to be perfect. So then you're in fight or flight mode, protection mode. That's not going to help. You are disconnected to your authentic self. So yes, it's not going to help you to be successful, help you to heal, right? So being perfect it's not a great option, right? Doing your best, it's not being perfect. Doing your best is great. Every day you do your best, and your best is good enough. You didn't reach the goal today, but you did. You went halfway. You did your best, and halfway is good enough. There might be a reason why you didn't go halfway. Next day, there's somebody comes in and gives you a different option, a better option than to finish this, the last half. And then you ended up reaching higher, right? There's something that, so you leave in a space away from being perfect 100% is leaving a space for the opportunity to come in, right? So that's why going with the flow is really, really important, that you are inviting opportunities to come in. So I'm talking so much, and we have 10 minutes left. So how you can let go of the flow, let go of the perfectionist and going with the flow. It might take time, right? It's a practice. You want to train yourself, right? It's not just one switch you turn off and boom, I'm good, right? So you train yourself and create a new habit, letting go of your perfectionist and letting go of the fear of failure. So, but what you can do is first, trust in yourself. You are not trusting yourself, your power enough. That's why you want all those preparation. You going with the flow without prep, it might be scary. Yes, but so I'm not saying you go no prep and you just jump in, right? You don't have to do that. But sorry, mosquitoes, getting mosquito bites. So do maybe a little bit less and challenge yourself and stop yourself before being perfect. Okay, and so stop yourself and maybe allow yourself certain time, right? If you're doing some work, right, and then you're trying to be perfect, you're not going to have enough time, right? Because there's always more to do it. So you allow yourself to have certain time. Okay, I'm going to have 2 hours to work on this, and when 2 hours comes, I'm going to stop. I'm just going to say good enough, and then done, right? Something like that. And then trust your work is good enough. And then see what happens, right? Like today, I really didn't have, I don't know, you guys hear this noise, hope not. This air show going, so this big, really loud noise in the air, way louder than the regular airplanes. So if you don't hear this one, I might be talking loud because I cannot hear my own voice. Anyway, so where were we? Going with the flow, let go of the perfectionist fear. Perfection based on fear never works. Yes. So letting go of the fear that you might fail. You might succeed. If there's a chance for you to fail, there's a chance for you to succeed, right? Today, I really didn't have any prep, zero. It's not unusual. Is that double negative? Is that working? It's not unusual. So it happens a lot with me. And I didn't even have a topic I picked, go with the flow, is because I was gonna go with the flow, right? And then I have this fear sneaking up on, am I able to do this? Like, I really don't have any prep. My day is packed and Paul's day is packed, but I didn't want to skip the Aether, so I wanted to do it. And Paul said, you just do whatever you want to do. Okay, I got Paul's permission to go with the flow. And then, so I had this little fear. Yeah, it sneaks in always. I have fear too. Am I going to be okay? Do I have enough to talk? Do I have something? Can I really have? Can I really share something, even I'm not prepping? Can I share something valuable with the audience? Is that going to come up? I did that. Those fear came in, and then that's natural. It comes in all the time with me, and sometimes like when I have one thing, at least one thing, I'm going to talk about this, right? Then I have more confident and yes, I can do it kind of feeling. But today I didn't have it, going with the flow. But like how, what am I going to talk about? I didn't have any topic that was coming up. So I had, instead I had fear. I had fear, but okay, I'm going to go with the flow, and that's the topic. And I'm going to demonstrate in front of the audience me going with the flow 100%. And then audience can decide if I did okay or not. Right? So, and if I failed, and maybe I was out of balance, I needed a little more prep, right? And that's something that I can learn. If it was good enough, okay, it was good enough. I just let the flow lead me, and then, right? And then it was a good ether kind of thing. And then again, audience helps ether. So, and then you guys came, and then we created this ether going with the flow. You guys commented, and I respond to the comment. That's going with the flow, right? Instead of I have all the burners and then just ignore the comments and just go with the burners. That's following a perfectionist, following a path I created, going against the flow. The flow is the audience watching me talk, but I'm following this banner and just go this. It's going against the flow, but I didn't. That's why I would say it was great myself. It was great conversation that I had with you guys. So because we all let ourselves go with the flow, right? So I don't know, I was clear about how you can learn to go with the flow. Number one, trust. Trust that you have everything. You experienced a lot, you learn, I know, whatever the field that you're trying to be best at, you're learning every day, and then you have experience. All those things, it's a prep to be here today and to do some presentation or to demonstrate something. You already prep and practiced a lot, so you trust that process that you went through, and trust in yourself. That is the true power that you have. And number one is trust in your power. And then number two, knowing that you are good enough. And failing, it's it's loud. I cannot really talk when it's that loud. Sorry. So failing it's just your judgment, your self-judgment. Your failing might not be a fail from other people. When other people look at you, you might be such a successful person. Like my artwork, I thought I failed. And then principal loved it and kept it in a display case, right? So my failure was like it's a beautiful artwork for him, right? So you think you fail, but maybe not. There's some important message that other side is receiving. So know that fail is just illusion. It's just what you think, but it's not what everybody else think. It's different. So let everybody don't judge yourself, and trust that you're good enough, and trust that you have everything you need right now. That is, then you can relax. You can be out of fight or flight mode, and then you can be yourself, staying calm and be yourself, connect to your power, and then bring yourself, your authentic self. So that's is my that's what I do. So hopefully that helped. I'm not sure it was clear, but you're doing fine. Thank you, Scott. I'm doing fine. I take that. Thank you very much. So, yeah, thank you very much. But so going with the flow, and it's getting so hot here. So as you can tell, and it's loud here. So I'm gonna wrap up here. Thank you so much for going with the flow today with me and creating this ether together. So yeah, if you have any comments, question after the live, you can still leave comments and question in the comments area, and we'll check and respond whenever we can. So yeah, thank you very much. And then if you are interested in readings like Scott and Dee, you can, let's see if we have banner, if I can find banner here. At least can there here sakaso.ca /services. You can find different kinds of readings, and also if you're feeling stuck and you feel like you always fighting in fight or flight mode, and not being yourself. There's a way to be really you and use your own power to you connect to your own power, and use your own power. And to find out how to do it, you can book a free session, free life breakthrough session. Just go to this website, sakaso.ca/breakthrough, and we can talk about a healing session to connect to yourself, your powerful self, to heal your physical issues, mental, emotional issues, or be successful in work, or have a great, happy relationship, those kind of things. Any issues, life issues, we can talk about this. Just book a free session, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Okay, I'll see you next week at the same time, Eastern 4 p.m. Sunday. Okay, bye bye.